Hello, hello. 1 second. I hope you can still hear me. Let me know if you can still hear me. Oh, what is my grade? I don't want the Bluetooth on. I don't know how to work it. Can you still hear me? Can you still hear me?
Obvious ones there that you know are probably in.
Can you still hear me?
You're getting paid soon. You don't have to waste money. It's great.
This woman is living her life. By the way, the video is actually on Jen.
Okay.
That's Jen Moore _.
You find it there now. Hornets. It's one of my
How's everyone doing? I'm going driving. I'm actually like 2 hours away from my house right now. And I have like an hour and a half to go. I'm almost going to Kentucky, guys. Okay. We went to the doctor this morning.
Turn right
Antibiotics.
to Greenbrier Street.
I'm actually at the state capitol.
In 1/4 of a mile, use the leftmost lane to turn left
Everything's good.
I-77 north towards I-79. In 1/4 of a mile, use the leftmost lane to
Okay,
turn
turn
left
it off. I don't wanna-
I-77 north towards I-79.
What's everyone doing?
Turn
Good to
left
see everyone.
I-77 north.
I thought I would go live on this channel.
In
So, like,
1.5 miles,
maybe an hour. You're in Kentucky?
towards
Yay! I'm like right in downtown right now. You're off work today? Woo! How did you manage that? I'm working on a project today. You're in Mexico? You don't live in Mexico, Leslie, do you? Hey, Shannon. What's up? So I just traded in my Range Rover like 3 weeks ago, and I'm not used to this car yet. It's got the heads-up display, and it shows me directions in my screen, like in the windshield. It shows me the directions. The heads-up display thingy. I'm just not so sure about that. Hey, Stacy.
proceed 50 miles.
50 miles before I make my next turn. I don't mind to drive, actually. I don't mind to drive at all. So I live almost, like, literally almost in Virginia. But I am going to be on the other side of West Virginia, and it'll be like on the border of Kentucky, Virginia, and a different part of Virginia. And Tennessee, it's like just a little corner there. You guys hit the video. I can do karaoke. You want me to do karaoke? I can do karaoke.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing mode.
I don't want Bluetooth. I can do karaoke. Hello. My kids actually use this. It's actually not.
Power off.
It's really cool though. It's 57 degrees and very cloudy. Like the show Carpool Karaoke. That's the reason these things started, because they're made for, well, I mean, there's like the car. You can connect this to your stereo, I guess, and you can also connect it to anything Bluetooth. Yeah. Haven't heard from Marissa today. So I guess no news is good news, right? What part of Mexico are you in, if you don't mind? Are you just vacationing, Leslie? Didn't the controller accident? Did she have an accident? The good thing is, I mean, it doesn't keep you from having an accident, but this vehicle doesn't drive for me, but it does kind of drive for me, if you will. Like, it keeps you in the lanes. Like, if you don't turn a signal on, it pushes you over. Like, it won't, it keeps you in those lanes. Did someone have an accident? No, I'm not driving the Tesla. If I was driving the Tesla, I would have the phone in my hand probably. So that's what I do. And makes a noise when it thinks you're sleepy. Yes, it'll make a noise when it thinks you're sleepy. It does do that. It watches your eyes. If it's Ford or General Motors, Chevy, GMC, Cadillac, it watches your eyes to make sure your eyes are on the road enough. Now, the Tesla, it doesn't really watch your eyes. It makes your eyes, because it doesn't have like a camera to watch your eyes, but it has this thing on the dash, and the lights start blinking, and that is when you know you got to put your hands on the steering wheel. And if you don't put your hands on the steering wheel, it'll beep again. And if you don't touch it again, it will say it's going to, basically, it'll take the lane over, and it'll basically pull over off the side of the road for you. It's crazy technology. Think who? Yeah, Shannon, I did see that. I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I just kind of flashed forward. I'm surprised Dre has not said something yet about what's going on. And I'll leave it at that. It's amazing she's not saying it. But then again, in my opinion, it would show exactly loco she is. And she hasn't talked about it. She looks pregnant. A lot of people said that, go back and look at her videos where, like when her and Vaughn were together, she was very, very emaciated almost then. And now she looks so much better. She looks so much better. But I wish I could say something right now, but I can't about it. And I know she won't say it. I know she won't say it. Why? Because it literally confirms everything we've said so far. And it's not a decision. It's not because I believe it that way or Marissa believes it that way or anyone else. It was a decision that was made. Kind of a decision, I guess you could say. Come on, Easy. You're in the car with me. I used to watch her on Facebook. She's weird. You know something? I could go right now and blast it. But I'm not. And I just hope for herself that she understands that just a lot of it's craziness. Like I believe in the positive of, the positivity and, the law of attraction and everything like that. But she takes it like 10 steps further. Well, I'm glad she's eating more, Samantha. It's about time. It's about time. It would have been nice if, they actually, I really think a lot of the reason, Vaughn was depressed and maybe even a lot of the way Dre was is because of they thought they were eating good, and it's not that I'm not saying that they were eating bad, but they were just eating a very select few things. If it wasn't nuts, seeds, berries, avocados, and $700 water. I mean, poor Vaughn looked emaciated. I mean, if y'all knew how much Vaughn weighed right now, it's really bad. Really bad. Now, one thing I can tell you is that he is no longer on that vegan formula, thank God. You need, like, particularly when, like, you're really trying to heal, you need, good healthy fats and stuff. And hopefully he gets that now. He's on the regular formula. That I do know for sure. Yeah, I will say that he weighs less than 100 pounds. I'll say that. Yes, you got to have good fats and all that. I mean, like I've been dieting now for a week, and I do the Atkins diet, which is very similar to the keto diet. Very, very similar. Is it Erica's birthday? Yeah. He weighs more than 50 pounds, less than 100 pounds. I'll say that. More than 50, less than 100. Which, I mean, he's a grown man. A grown man, right? And I'm sorry, that vegan thing is not cutting it. It's just not cutting it. It never was cutting it, in my opinion. Particularly if you have, brain issues, you need like all the omegas, and all the really good fats that they just can't supply in a vegan formula. Hey, Eric. Eric's girl. I don't know. I pray that I just don't want him to suffer. Like the suffering that he's done. I mean, think about it. He has not kissed his kids. Mama's the boss. Whoop, whoop. Thank you for becoming a member. Um, hasn't seen his kids. He hasn't walked, and he hasn't walked out of anywhere for that matter in over what May will make a year. It's almost April. We're like literally almost at a year. Yeah. Oh my God. Did anybody else try that tea? Listen, don't do it 2 days in a row. I'm telling you guys, for the love of all things good and holy, don't do it 2 days in a row. Please. Because it's bad. Fun size. How are you, babes? I know, fun size. It's so much to keep up with nowadays. There's this someone, a company emailed me, I don't know, like maybe 3 weeks ago, wanting to sponsor uh, if I do videos, and I mainly do lives. Uh, but I'm going to start doing more videos and stuff as well. But it's a company that keeps up with all of your subscriptions. You just you can type in your email address or your phone number, and any subscription base. You know how we subscribe to something sometimes and we forget about it. We just forget about it. Hey, yes, thank you for becoming a member, babes. Thank you so much. We forget about these. A lot of these, or, they're going to recharge us in a year's time. You know what I mean? Or after a year, they're going to charge us a ridiculous amount. Well, this company, they let you know any subscription that you may have. And I thought it was a really cool thing because I forget. Hey, Jessica, don't need pooping products. Well, listen, I can just say that Marissa and I and anybody who bought that China Slim tea knows why you never see an overweight Asian. Just want to put it out there. Think about it. Have you ever seen an Asian person on My 700-Pound Life? You can't sneeze after you take that. You can't cough. It's terrible. Oh my God. You're scared to drink it? I did 2 tea bags at a time as well. And all I can say is I would not take it more than one time every 4 or 5 days maximum. That's me though. Now maybe you're different. So buy diapers, yes. Yes. Buy diapers and some wet wipes. flushable. Because, and also buy you a diaper bag to take with you because you're going to need it. I would be kind of scared to drink the tea. Well, like if you want to lose weight, and listen, it's a really good product because it works, it's natural, and you're not putting a chemical in your body, to get it out of you. But like I took 2 tea bags, and then the next day it was really good. Like I didn't have like explosive, or anything like that. It was just, it was fine. I'll just say it like that. I'm trying to say it as classy as possible, which is not really a classy way to say this. However, I also took it again that day. And the next day I woke up and I felt like I could, shit through a screen and not touch the screen. Like it was that powerful. And I was, the first time I took it, I didn't cramp or anything like that. It was just great. But then after the second day, I took it. Like it was 2 days of just feeling really bad. I see you. Didn't you order some? Yeah, it's called China Slim Tea. It's in a box. And all it is what is it? The Sienna is what it is, basically, which is a natural plant herb, and it really, really works. Like if you know someone that needs help losing weight or just can't go, I'm too proper for that. I don't know about that rock, but it makes you go though. It's crazy. It's a laxative in a tea bag, yes. Definitely a laxative in a tea bag. Definitely a laxative in a tea bag. For sure. To say the least. Hello, Amanda. Good to see you, love. You ordered it? Oh, I see. You take it. It's not going to hurt you. Listen, if you do just like 1 tea bag, let it set 15 minutes in hot water. There's nothing to be scared of. I promise you. Even if you do 2 tea bags for 15 minutes, it's nothing that's going to like kick your ass or anything like that. However, if you do it 2 days in a row, that's when it gets messy. That's when you look like, it should just be called the pooping. Exactly. Or colonoscopy tea. Good. Market it fun size. That's all you would have to do is market it that way. Get some sienna, some tea bags, and like try this colonoscopy at home. pretty much. That's all we really got to say. Oh, Pamela, what's up with Molly? Go right there. Well, a lot. Bless her heart. She's um, her mom is very, very, very ill. I mean, she's been all over the airwaves. I'll just say that for the last 3 days now. She's definitely been all over the airwaves. That and then some. Because let's be honest, Marissa brings views. That's right, Fun says. This is the thing. You know, if we're online long enough, a considerable amount of years, a few years or whatever, we all experience loss in life. We all experience loss. It's eventually inevitable. It's not anybody's karma. It's not anybody's anything other than the fact of life and death. It's really just that simple. And several people who have been not so nice about the entire thing haven't lost their parents yet. And I will never, ever treat them the way they have treated Marissa whenever they're going through a time like this. And I hope when it happens to them, if Marissa's still online, if they are still online, I hope they apologize, because if you've ever lost someone extraordinarily significant in your life, it's the worst thing you can go through. There's nothing that can happen to you worse than losing a family. Of course, a child is the greatest loss by far. There's nothing that compares to that. But next is like your parents. Losing your parents, and I just hope that they really self-reflect. Because, I mean, this is the thing. Marissa, she definitely isn't always right. And, she, like I say, her mouth gets her in trouble. But, her and Benny used to fight a hell of a lot. And whenever Benny's sister passed away, she said she was sorry, and everybody in chat, leave him alone. Don't say anything negative about it. Just give, when someone you don't care for loses someone, either give them sympathy, a condolence, or don't say anything at all, in my opinion, because it's not any of the outside's business. And people's like, oh, well, you make it our business because you made it part of the internet. No, no. She is giving, she is sharing a part of her life. That doesn't mean you get to say, oh, well, you said she was dying, or dead, rather, when she said she's gone. And let me tell you something. I can pull up anything through, where the hell am I going? Through hospice resources or any other resources. Many people say that she's gone. And I understand that a lot of people think that when they say she's gone or he's gone, that it means they're dead. But it doesn't necessarily mean that they're dead. It means that you're reading into that they are dead. But this is the thing, whenever people sorry, I'm like right between two walls. I gotta really pay attention to it. Whenever someone dies, or whenever someone is out of it, it's not their mother, it's not their father, it's not their loved one. They know their mother, their father, their loved one for how they normally are. If they are incapacitated, like Vaughn, for instance, he is incapacitated. He hasn't said one word since May of last year. He's not there. He is breathing. He's not physically gone. But if your brain is not there, if you're not there within your head, are you really there? That's the question. You're physically alive, but that's all it is. You're just physically alive. You, as who you know and the relationships and the people you speak to, that's not Marissa's mother laying there. Like she said, my mom is gone to her because she hasn't got to speak with her. And let's just be honest, the other night, whenever her nephew was acting hella crazy, I guess that was her nephew. I think it was her nephew, because of Princess. He was like not really not conveying things the way that they really were. By the time I was 36, both of my parents had died. Yes, and I don't care if you're 97. When your parents die, you feel like an orphan. You do. You don't feel that security that your parents give you. Now, my father died when I was 11 years old. I lost my father very young. Uh, my mother, who was technically my grandmother, uh, she died when I was 20. And your parents are that security. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how old you are, particularly if like I mean, and if you never had that relationship with your parents, it might be different for you. Like my birth mother is still alive, but I don't have that relationship. Bear with me a second. I don't know where it's like where you live, but it feels like there's nothing but construction on every road all of the time. And it takes 27 years to do. And it's annoying. It's literally annoying. Um, okay, 6 more miles. And let me tell you something. Also, I want to say something, and it's when there is nothing left, when the doctors say we've got to stop chemo, it could kill her. It can kill someone before the actual cancer can, because you get so weak that your body physically can't go through it. And they still sometimes do radiation, particularly if the tumor in whatever place is causing an extraordinarily amount of pain. They do that for pain management. It's part of pain management. But like on Marissa's mom, they're not doing chemo anymore. People, and listen, I'm not discounting that, oh, well, people say this herb will kill cancer, will kill this cancer, that cancer, and everything. There's a lot of things that kills cancer cells. There's a lot of things, actually. But the thing about cancer is so smart. It hides itself, and it outsmarts almost everything. And that's why with chemo, it has to kill the good and the bad, everything, for you to just survive. And when there's nothing left, when the doctor says there's nothing more they can do. I understand that a lot of families try remedies and, do whatever homeopathic, and that's fine. That's fine. But we also have to be a realist about it. And stage 4 is incurable. It is incurable. And I know that a lot of people say, "Oh, there's a cure out there for cancer." They just don't know, They just don't. Ain't going to tell us. That's not true. That's not true. And
In 2 miles, take exit 8 on the right to West Virginia 527 North.
okay. And it's an extraordinarily smart thing. However, there is such great. I was looking at a study that's been going on at Duke University, and it has to do with the polio virus. And they take out the part of the polio virus that cripples you, and they just add a common cold virus with it. A common cold virus. And cancer puts up a wall that your body doesn't realize it's there. And your immune system doesn't know it's there. And it just keeps replicating and growing and growing. And your body's just wondering what the hell's going on and does everything it can to keep you alive. But, cancer many times will win, especially in the 4th stage. But they're injecting the tumors
In
now.
mile, take exit 8 on the right to West Virginia 527 North and then keep right.
They inject it with the polio virus and directly into the tumor. And the polio virus takes out that wall,
Exit right to
if
West
you will.
Virginia 527 North and then keep right.
Sorry, guys. Bear with me 1 second. And that way, the body can attack the cancer. And one of the rarest cancers in the world, the blastoma, it was incurable. Like, it was not even remotely curable. It's the kind, I think John McCain died from, and I think Joe Biden's son died from it. There was a 19-year-old who had this cancer. You just went home. There was no treatment for it. She's a nurse today because of this study that they did. She is a nurse today. There was never, ever a cure or even a treatment for it, really. Now, did some people die? Yeah, they died. They certainly did die during the studies, but a lot of people lived.
Turn right to 8th Avenue.
It's not working.